What's up, Roxstars? It's Rox, and I am coming to you today with the review for Love and Hip Hop ATL Season 4, The Reunion Part 2. Now, before we get to anything, you guys know what day it is. It is Sunday. I love to praise Him. I love to praise His name. I love to praise Him. Oh, yes, I do. I love to praise His name. I love to praise Him. Oh, I love to praise His name. I love to praise. Oh, I love to praise. Said I love to praise His holy name. Hallelujah. Yes, y'all. We had to go on and take it on down a little bit for y'all. Okay, that was the Mother Jones edition with a little bit of Sugar Avery sprinkled on it. You guys, I had to slow it on down for y'all. It's still early. It's Sunday morning. I know you guys are all completely thrown off, but we had to have this devotional today because it is Sunday, and y'all know how we rolls on Sunday. We give thanks to God, and we need Him to look over this video as I start. You guys know, Love and Hip Hop is always with the fool of fucking niggatry. Okay, so yeah, we had to His blessings over all of this. So yeah, I know you guys, a lot of you guys might be confused. It is Sunday. Love and Hip Hop ATL doesn't normally come on until Monday nights, but the episode leaked online early. So it was going around. I decided to watch it and do my review early because I am still trying to get myself together for Blackout. I don't have an outfit. You guys, I got to get my hair done, my eyelashes done, my eyebrows done. I got to do all of that next week. So this is going to help me out if I can do shit early so I can be in them streets next week looking for my shit and trying to get it together. So yeah, if you haven't seen the episode yet, it doesn't officially air until Monday night. However, it's going around on the internet. I wouldn't have known it either hadn't, other people had sent me the video over and over and over and over. So yeah, that's why if you haven't seen it and you don't want the spoilers yet, just don't watch this video. Just wait. Okay? But for all of you guys that was like me and watched the shit early, then let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys, so this episode was just not as good as the first episode. Actually, this episode was confusing to me. If you didn't know any better, you would have thought that they filmed the damn 2 parts, 2 separate days, because everybody was a little different the second day. I was just like, what the hell is going on here? But anyway, let's just get started with it, you guys. They start off where they left off last week, which was, with this whole threesome talk. Honey Jocelyn hurries up and spills the beans. I'm gonna tell you like this. Me and my nigga, we had that in my bed, in my condo, and we hit that together. So while she doing all that, she need to just go ahead and say that. I ate that pussy all night and it was good. I was just like, oh my God. All night, Jocelyn? Mimi tried to skate around it and say that it wasn't really a threesome because she didn't reciprocate. Nina asked best friend number 1, Ariane, did she know? And she said she absolutely knew about this already. Evidently, y'all knew that shit too. Everybody but me. I was like, why the fuck everybody want to come out and say it now? Like, oh, I knew they had a threesome. I knew that. I remember that. I remember just like, Ain't nobody said shit about it until now, but I guess, okay. It was going around all on the internet. Mimi finally had to do a Breakfast Club or one of them radio show interviews to kind of just explain exactly. Actually, it was Bossip.com. Explain what happened. And the story is shaky. It don't really make all that much sense. And just to shorten it up for you guys, she said that she went over to the house. This is before the show actually came on. She went over to the house to talk to Jocelyn to kind of, I guess they were trying to figure out what exactly their game plan was going to be on the show. And for whatever reason, she was there for a lot of hours and she was drinking and her and Jocelyn was talking. Stevie J came in at some time in the evening. He was stone drunk. He passed out. She was drunk. She went to sleep in the bed and then Jocelyn came and got in the bed with her and, commenced to put in the face in the place. I was just like, Now, you know, I'm not saying that she had to reciprocate and everything, but I was just like, bitch, you ain't know that she was gonna do all of that. I mean, you got this freaky ass stripper in your and you in her bed. I mean, I was just like, Mimi, bitch, okay, that bitch probably was like sleep like this, but kind of was just like making sure she opened her legs. Like, you know how you be trying to act like you don't want to do it with your man, and then you had your ass up in the air and your legs and shit open. Mimi, bitch, you ain't fooling nobody, but whatever. If that's your story, we gonna stick with that. Nina asked Jocelyn, would she ever consider, you know, doing a threesome again, and I guess maybe even putting Stevie J out. Hell, Jocelyn did say she liked the pussy a little bit more than she liked the beef cake. And Jocelyn was like, girl, I could never say never, but I don't know. Like, that was good. Then it was like a total turnaround, you guys, and this is when the shit got confusing. You know what, Mimi? Let me tell you something. It's like this. You did what you did. A lot of people made mistakes, but you are an awesome mother, and I will never take that away from you. I respected you from day one, so I apologize for everything that I did from then till now. And I was just like, now what the hell is going on? She just was cussing the girl out last episode, y'all. This is the same day. But at any rate, Nina asked Mimi, could she accept that? And Mimi says she can accept anything that's sincere. I'm not mad that you guys are together. I was just like, what is this here, you guys? The shit caught me off guard. I was just like, they are tripping. You know, I'm just real skeptical about this because I'm like, why this? Why now? Why all of a sudden is the news coming about a threesome that happened before we even got the show on the air? I was just like, y'all Mona shenanigans. I am not sure I want to believe in the power of forgiveness today, okay, even though it is Sunday and I should. I know, Lord. Something tells me something else is up their sleeves, you guys, but I will talk about that a little later. What did you guys think about all that turn of events, though? So then we turn our attention to MF management. Nina wants to know, why exactly did Mimi think that she could do this job? I've been around the music business forever, and I have a lot of connections. I figured that this would be something easy for me to do. Y'all saw Deb sitting over there looking like, and when Nina asked her, Deb was just like, some things are better left unsaid, but I will say that this is a different kind of arena. And what that arena was is some bullshit, okay? This is some shit that people throw together on reality shows and not for real life. That's what the hell Deb wanted to say. Deb, I got you, girl. I know what you meant. They had that old hating ass Dawn up there with her old flat screen TV tattoo on her titty, just prominent and out there for everybody to see. You know, Nina was just like, what was the problem, Dawn, with you and Mimi? Why was you coming for Mimi so much? And Dawn was just like, well, she stole my person. I brought Jessica Dime out here to Atlanta from Florida, and I was just like, I thought that Carly was the one that was responsible for that. Now, see, you need to tighten up your storyline, Mona, because is it Dawn or is it Carly? But whatever, you guys, they get to arguing, Dime and Mimi, about all the shit that Mimi didn't do for Dime. Dime went back into her old so familiar lane of arguing with Tiffany Fox. Like, I don't really understand what her beef is with Tiffany Fox. It just makes you feel like she's just jealous of her because Tiffany got some music and you didn't. But whatever, Mimi was just like, look, Dime, I am new at this. I don't profess to be a professional and know exactly what I'm doing with this, but whatever I did, I was still trying to help you. I was not trying to sabotage or fuck up your career. I don't have any ill will towards you. And I was glad that at least Mimi admitted that. Okay, because remember I was telling you guys in a review, like, how do you have a client and you don't know what they singing? Like, why don't you have their stuff together? And that's what Jessica Dime was saying. Like, you didn't know my musicians, you didn't know my dancers, you didn't know what was going on. All you knew was you booked it. I mean, fuck, even I know that, and I ain't trying to manage no damn body. So whatever. And then in a strange turn of events, once again, Jessica Dime turns around and says, well, you know what, Mimi, I thank you for doing what you did for me. Okay, I appreciate the help. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? Just like Erica said, these motherfuckers is bipolar in here. Like, 1 minute they fussing, 1 minute they arguing, 1 minute they want to come to blows, next minute they friends, hugging it out, putting faces in places and shit. I'm just like, yeah, this is entirely too much. Like, what is going on? Now, when Momma Dee and Scrappy and them segment came up, I just took a deep breath because I was just like, okay, I know that this segment is going to annoy me in some kind of way. Ernest came on up there, you guys, and Ernest went to the same kimono store that Kirk went to. So his was red, okay? He was blooded out, him and Momma Dee, dressed alike like the happy couple that they are. So Nina starts talking to Ernest, and bitch, I caught the shade. You ain't slick when you was gonna bring up the fucking promissory ring. He was just like, yeah, well, you know, when you be in jail for 7 damn years, nigga, a lot of shit come into perspective. You start to figure out what is and isn't important, what you did right and wrong, and all his thoughts while he was in there was all on Momma Dee, okay? And because he knows that he put her through a lot. Momma Dee said, fuck, they was running the game together. Pimping, prostitution. She learned from him, he learned from her. I was just like, okay, enough of the pimp talk here. But he said when he got out, he wanted to make an honest woman out of Momma Dee, and I guess do some shit differently now that motherfuckers is old and everything and got a little money from the TV show. Maybe we can work this shit out differently. I'm just realizing they didn't have Jasmine up there, did they? Was she up there? No, I don't think that she was there. That's interesting. Anyway, since we on the topic of promissory rings, you know, Scrappy, will you be giving Bambi one? And he was just like, yeah, I'll be upgrading, you know, real soon. I said, okay, here we go. This is where it starts. We get on the subject of Erica and Scrappy. What is exactly the problem with this child support? Scrappy goes on to explain that they had agreed on when the baby is with Erica, then she takes care of the baby, and when the baby is with Scrappy, then he takes care of the baby, and there's no real child support payments in place. And then all of a sudden, Erica starts to say, no, you haven't been paying me child support, and I need my money. I am going to take a step out on faith and say that Erica brought that shit up right around the time when Scrappy started getting serious with Bambi. Because I'm going to remind you, last season, when she was with O'Shea the model, she didn't give a fuck about what Scrappy was doing. They was best friends, remember? They was out at restaurants having a good time, laughing and giggling and kikiing it up. She ain't said shit about this $40,000. But now that, I can't even say that is because Erica's single, because we all know that Erica has a boyfriend. He's a football player, just like Scrappy said on the show. But for whatever reason, Scrappy being with Bambi has brought in some extra something. And now all of a sudden she wants her money. And it happens. We've heard about these stories happening a lot of times. So that is why that they are arguing about this $40,000. Erica, of course, starts to say, no, that ain't the reason. And he don't be doing what he's supposed to. And he wanted to give me $500 a month. And he said that he was going to pay the insurance. And he didn't give me the insurance. And he was just like, I ain't know shit about y'all. I mean, you guys, it turned into a whole bunch of extra bullshit. Very, very sad. Only because there's a child involved. You guys know that Imani is in the middle of this, and I can tell from Instagram posts and seeing them that Erica loves her daughter, Scrappy loves his daughter, the daughter loves both of her parents, and the parents can't fucking get it together. It's a sad thing because Scrappy got up and he just was so emotional and so mad about it that he eventually was just like, I'm a good father, I do for my daughter, and Scrappy calls her a bad mother, which was like fucked up. Like, God, I mean, is she really a bad mother? He says because she be out of town with her man all the time, and I, love my daughter and I do everything I can for my daughter and all of this. And, for Erica, he was just like, basically, fuck you. I said, ooh, you guys, fuck you is such a harsh, when it's between people that were intimate together, like that is a very harsh word. Like, I've never said fuck you to my husband. My husband has never said it to me. I think if he said it to me, my feelings would be really hurt because it seems like the fuck you is on a whole nother level somewhere. And then we done had some good arguments, y'all, some good fights, but yeah, I was just like, oh, I was hurt when he said that. I know that shit had hurt because that nigga said it with the most conviction he ever had in his entire life. And everybody was just like, oh, even Nina was like, let me slow this shit down. Let's take a break from this. Okay, so now I understand why Erica probably did the restraining order and went on to court because, the shit that was said there, it was harsh. Okay, and so she is definitely mad about the shit that he said. I mean, I probably would have been mad about the shit that he said and been like, fuck you, nigga, I'm fixing to go to court. You gonna give me my money. But still, it's not right when you guys have already had a agreement. You cannot keep going back and forth, and we have seen Erica go back and forth, okay? If she would have been from the very beginning, I want my money, I want my money, I want my money, then it would have been one thing. But for you to keep on going back and forth, okay, we good, no, you ain't ain't gotta pay child support. Okay, no, my shit is fucked up. Okay, now you got a woman. Okay, now I need some more money. You know, whatever it is, we cannot turn a blind eye to the fact that Erica's storyline has run real dry on this show, and she might be off this bitch next season. So now all of a sudden it's just like, I needs a little of the money, okay? Because until you marry the football player, that ain't guaranteeing your funds nowhere else, okay? And I know she got this class 6 hair and whatever, her little Instagram boutique or whatever she has, but still. So Erica might be looking out for her future, trying to figure out what she gonna do, kind of being funky about it. It's a lot of emotions there between her and Scrappy. Like, that shit it's a mess, you guys, and I don't see it working out no time soon. So Kalina gets up on stage with Deb, and they are talking about the confrontation that them two had. Kalina says that the only reason why Deb got so in her feelings when they was having their conversation is because she was a woman. And if she was a dude and coming at Debbie with these same questions, then Deb wouldn't have got all in her feelings like that, and Deb didn't agree. Okay, when I look back on that argument that them guys had, I will say that, yeah, I think the shit got out of control really, really fast, that it was two very extremely strong-minded and strong-willed women coming at each other, and that emotions got high and shit got out of control. But I will still stick with my original feeling that Kalina is the one who brought the bad attitude in there. All the shit that you were saying was fine, but you're not gonna talk to me like that. So I need you to bring that fucked up attitude down a little teeny whiny weeny eeny bit and talk to me like I got some fucking sense and I'm an adult and I have had some kind of success in my past, even if it's not recent. You gonna respect me, and then I'm gonna respect you. But then again, we got to remember that Deb did call her garbage.
I didn't call her garbage. I said she's bringing me garbage. I thought that she had postpartum because she was crying all over the place. Everything was just crying. It's not on me if you and Tony are having difficulties. That's not my fault.
Deb was just like, shit, I didn't ask for none of this, okay? I was doing a damn favor for Rashida. Rashida asked me to sit down and talk to you, and then I had to come up with all of this foolishness. Kalina, okay, even though she didn't really per se admit it, I think she realized that maybe she was a little bit at 20, okay, when it was really supposed to be 10. Her attitude and her feelings and emotions got a little too high, okay? So for whatever reason, Kalina was just like, you know what, Deb, I love you, I respect you, I'm sorry. And they get up and they hug, and Deb was just like, okay, I can do that. I can hug it out. Deb was like, cause bitch, it was gonna be whatever today. You want to come with the foolishness? A bitch is always ready. Don't let this long dress fool you, bitch. I got some flats on up under this bitch. Then you guys, Rashida and Kalina, like, really? Okay, I surely don't feel like it was show enough today. And I guess Jocelyn wasn't there for that shit either, okay? Because she hurried up and inserted herself. I was like, good, Jocelyn, thank you. When Nita said that Rashida was more vocal this season, you know, Jocelyn was just like, but she ain't gonna fight nobody, though. Okay, Michelle kicked her in her pussy and she ain't do shit. Rashida was just like, oh, really, bitch? And she was just like, really, bitch? But I should have never been in your conversation because I don't speak about you, but you a sneaky ass bitch. Keep my name out your mouth. And honey, that was that, okay? I guess Rashida was like, all right, bitch, I ain't gonna say shit else about you. I have a feeling that Jocelyn was hoping at that reunion that she could have got her ass over there to Rashida too. She didn't get to pass out the ass whooping that she wanted to that bitch, but she was sure gonna let her have it in this reunion. But then also in Rashida's defense, she never really talked about Jocelyn unless somebody was asking her. So it was kind of like she was baited into talking about Jocelyn or mentioning her, okay? And then she had to incur the wrath of Jocelyn that night. Getting back on track with Rashida and Kalina, did you guys see how Rashida tried to kind of downplay that whole argument and was just like, I just think everything was just real petty? And I was just like, yeah, it was petty, but I feel like it was a step above petty as well, okay? Because this is your friend. You said some old mean-ass, foul-ass shit to Kalina. Knowing that Kalina is going through, yeah, we can be mad at our friends, okay? But when it's obvious that it's some other shit that's happening, why throw that shit in their face? Even if you're a true friend, maybe you might need to just kind of excuse yourself from it. But saying shit like that she was saying to her, I was just like, inexcusable. It just made Rashida come off mean. Just an old nasty nasty, mean, oh well, my shit is going real good right now, so I don't give a fuck. And I know I skipped the part with Rashida and Carly, but this is also a good example of Rashida just not being there for somebody else, but you know, wanting everybody to support her. Okay, Carly comes to all everybody shit. It ain't just Rashida shit. She supports everybody. So for Rashida to get inserted into Erica's and Carly's beef had nothing to do with it. They didn't pin Rashida enough on the wall to me, asking her like, why is it that you felt that you needed to get into an argument with Carly? Like, I felt like Nina, that was the only time that I felt like Nina did not really press Rashida. They gave Rashida a break. That bitch was wrong and all season, just wrong and acting out and saying all kind of mean shit. So I had a problem with her and Carly. I still have a problem. Okay, and now I have this problem with her and Kalina. As far as I'm concerned, that shit ain't resolved. It's still a problem there. Okay, Rashida's foul as fuck. Okay, so I'm just like I said last week, I'm through with Kirk and Shona. So then we find out, I think it's like a delay on the computer. I hope not, you guys. I'm just going to keep on recording. So Nina does tell us that Stevie J and Jocelyn has a spinoff from the show coming. She says later on this year. However, it is going to be in the winter of 2016. We already know that. So they didn't say nothing about them leaving the show. I don't think that they'll be leaving the show. They would be dumb to leave this show on the first season of a spinoff that may not do well. I mean, it probably will do well. Okay, but it's still not a guarantee. And then as a closer out for the episode, we get Jocelyn up there and she gives us a medley of her songs. You guys, I can't even get up in here and sing them songs for you guys. But yeah, you know, we get a bitch go to work. It's something about church. Comes up church. That shit kind of sounds like bum bum pull up that S too fat. Dun dun fill up that S too fat. Dun dun pull up that S too fat. Y'all know what song I'm talking about? Isn't that Trick Daddy or Trina or both of them together or whatever? Don't it have that same sound if you guys listen to it? She also played Mucho Dinero. You just a square. The same little performance that she did at the Gayborhood she did for the show. Till she was real excited. Even Stevie J got up there and he did Cause I stitch it with the Kodak. He was just singing his part. Okay, Stevie J was like, bitch, this is my moment. Okay, Stevie J has a good little voice. I've noticed it in the past, but I was just like, oh, look at the two of them, okay? The Puerto Rican princess and her man. And then when it's over, you guys, how about Jocelyn, who been pussying and dicking and motherfucking hoe and bitching us to death this whole episode? That bitch had the nerve to be coy. Thanks, everybody. This wouldn't happen without my husband, and I just love everybody. That bitch was all wrapped up. She was post-coital from all that fucking dancing and singing she was doing. Right when we think the show was about to be over, then here comes Mimi running out. Excuse me, wait a minute. Okay, and everybody's looking like, uh-oh, what's fixing to happen here? Jocelyn, I just want to thank you. When you ask God for something, he gives it to you. Me and Stevie was going through such a rough time, and he sent you. And you came in between us and helped our situation because I have my friend back. And I want you to know that he is my friend. I don't want Stevie. I don't lust after him. He is my daughter's father, and I respect your relationship. You are his wife. You are his family. That means that you're my family. And I want us to be cool. You know what I'm saying? And I was just sitting there like, well, I mean, I guess that's how you turn lemons into lemonade, right? That bitch showed this spin there and put some God up in there and make it turn around to her benefit and was just like, God sent you to fix it for me and Stevie J, honey. Whatever way makes you sleep best at night, okay. So they hug it out. Okay, Jocelyn, I could tell that touched her, the things that she said. Maybe it was just something that needed to be said, you guys. Although I will say that I'm skeptical about the change of events, okay? And the only reason why I think that this whole turnaround has come about is because Mimi is going to be at least making some appearances on their show in Los Angeles. It's time to change shit up a little bit, regroup, and repackage ourselves. And I'm sure that Mimi and, Eva has to fit into the cast. They can't be fighting over there on that show too. So yeah, we gonna tidy this shit up real nice and neat right now and let my ass be on that show over there, and we'll start something else over here on this show next season. So that's really what I think it's about. But it was nice to hear. Everybody was shocked. Everybody was clapping. It's a subject that, even though it's a lot of acting, there is still a lot of feelings there as well, because we saw how Mimi first came onto the show. So it's just like, okay, well, fine. Fine. Okay, you guys, but that's it. That's it for Love and Hip Hop ATL. I guess Love and Hip Hop Hollywood is next. Alright, you guys, so that is it. Like I said, this was an early treat. Kind of helps me out for this week. The videos this week are going to be Monday, Tuesday. Nothing is coming after Wednesday because all next week, besides my blackout and the shit that I have with you guys, my husband has a lot of events going on in this next week as well. So, yeah, shit is going to be busy. I can't be fucking around with you guys. That's why I'm trying to do everything as early as I can. So that's why this is up early as a treat. We'll be back on track next week. Basketball Wives LA will be up tomorrow. Top of the blogs will probably be up no later than Wednesday. Okay, so that's it, you guys. Let me get off of here. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. Channel is for itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.